Hi guys, and welcome to today's task. For today's task, I'm going to be working on that piece of machinery that most homes have that is probably getting the most work right now. I'm talking about your central air unit. This is a condenser for a central air unit, and most of them look about the same. They have a coil system that wraps around the body, and then a fan that sits on top that helps pull the air out of the coils. It takes the hot air that's in your house, sends it into these coils, and then this pulls the air out, which in turn sends the coolant back in as cold coolant, and then it just keeps regenerating. And if these fins are not very clean, they don't work very well. The whole point of these little aluminum fins, not these ones, but the ones inside, the whole point of those little bitty fins is to dissipate the heat. And if you look in mine, you can actually already see that there is some debris in there, and we need to get that out of there. I haven't cleaned this since it was put in about 5 years ago, which I don't think this has to be an annual cleaning, but at least every other year or every couple years, you need to look at it and decide whether it needs to be cleaned or not. So if you'll notice, I'm in what is considered my water attire. I'm in swim trunks and flip-flops and clothes that I am ready to get wet in. And this will be a job that will get pretty wet, but it will only take a few minutes to really clean up this air conditioner and make it run a lot better. First thing I want to do is come into my power source for the air conditioner and disconnect it. I'm pulling the breaker completely out. That way power is 100% off in this unit and it cannot turn on while I'm in use. Next step is to remove this fan, and they're going to look a little different on different manufacturers. So whatever yours is, you'll just have to take a look at it and see how to get into it. A lot of them do look like this, where they've got a cage and it just sits on top of your condenser, and it's held on by tech screws that you just undo. And as we lift this out of place, I really want to be careful of this electrical coil so that I'm not putting pressure on it in any way that I don't want it to be. If you look inside of here, there are leaves and sticks. There's even a straw from one of my children, and there is a lot of debris in the bottom. That's really not where we're concerned, but if there's that much dirt here, there is plenty more dirt in these little coils, and we definitely want to get them clean. Just a little bit of cleaner and water will do the trick. But first, let's clean all this mess out. Oop, 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 oop. That's a lot of debris. Okay, my next step is going to be either to shop vac this or to blow it out. There is a gap between the bottom, so if I just use the blower, it should work really well. That didn't work at all. That just made a friggin' mess. Trying to blow it out didn't work at all. All it did was just make a dust cloud of a mess. So I did grab the shop vac, and we are going to vacuum this out properly, and then we'll start cleaning our fins. All right, the next step is we are going to be cleaning all of these fins, and you really want to use a safe cleaner on it. This is one that I did find. There is an actual coil cleaner that I will link in the description down below. It's a little cheaper than this, which is nice, but it's specifically made for this. This will work. It is biodegradable, and I'm using biodegradable because I'm in my flower beds and I don't want any harsh chemicals ruining or killing any of my plants. You definitely want a foam spray so that it will really coat these. And don't be scared to get up into these fins. I can see the dirt in this one, on this side. Now the next step is to let this sit for 2 to 3 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back and wash it out. I'm using a nozzle like this so that I can get a little bit of a jet stream, but not a high pressure nozzle. I feel like that could damage the fins, so I just really want to be delicate, but I need enough pressure to get through them. Then we just start rinsing. Wow, that is a lot of dirt that's coming out of there. And I think it's a good idea while I'm out here to spray the outside off and try and push any in. The last thing I'm going to do is take a rag and just kind of wipe off some of this that didn't come off with the spray down. We're not trying to win any beauty pageants here, but at least looks and feels a little nicer. With all this wiped down, we are ready to put our fan back on. and that is good to go. Now we'll put our breaker back. And this machine is operational and good to go once again. So cleaning this machine, I don't know how much efficiency you lose over the years of dust and debris getting in here, but I do know that cleaning it makes it run a little bit better. Taking care of anything will get a better longevity out of everything. So clean your air conditioner unit. It's really simple. I will leave a link below for the cleaner that I used. I will also leave a link below for the nut drivers that I used on my drill, so you can access it as well if you don't have a set of those. They're really cheap. They're a good tool to have. I use them all the time, so I recommend them. If you guys like today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Does my love handles look
really huge?
Do they? The whole point of these fins, a different... Nope. Dummy Joe. Now, as you look inside, there, trampling through the bush. Nozzle like this, so that it gives me. You want to come help me get a thumbnail real quick in just a second? Okay. The last step is I want to take a The last step is I want to take a drag.
You just turn that on.
It's been on.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you may want to wait a second. But...
No, it's good. I know what I'm doing.